Yes, good evening. Well, good night, guys. We're gonna do a late one. I should have done this earlier, but I had a few things to do, a few errands. Yeah, I was out and about. Yeah, plus I'm not really, I'm not 100% well. Hopefully, I don't end up having to run to the toilet to do any phlegm or blow my nose. Excuse me, guys, but yeah, we're gonna do what it do. Tonight, I'm going to be like either 25 minutes me just giving you all my predictions for tomorrow night's marathon, because there's what, 4 5 shows I'm looking to watch, so I'll be alternating, kind of like, remember Monday Night Raw versus WCW Nitro days when you used to have to sort of go back and forth between stations certain times. It's gonna be one of them ones at certain points, apart from obviously the last one, then we won't need to with the main event. So tomorrow night's marathon, it's gonna probably be, I'm gonna be watching boxing from like 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So the TV takeover is real, and we're gonna do what it do. And also, you guys, give me some of your predictions as well whilst I go through them, because we're gonna start. For those of you who have access, you know, if you have the right connects, you have all the channels. So we're starting with, what's it? We're starting with Robin Krasniqi. Big up Jay Taylor, everyone inside. We're starting with Robin Krasniqi versus Dominic Boesel 2 in Germany. Yeah, that is a rematch from what they had. I think it was last year, or was it earlier this year? Let me just double check. Yeah, it was last year. It was last year October. So Robin Krasniqi, he knocked out Dominic Boesel in the 3rd round, surprisingly, as an upset, because he'd only just come up from super middleweight, because he was light heavyweight before. I don't know if a lot of you remember Robin Krasniqi. Many years ago, he came over and he fought Nathan Cleverly. He lost on points, got beat up for 12 rounds, I remember that. But he was pretty young then. He's had quite a lot of fights. He's had like nearly 60 fights. He's had 57 fights. Yeah, he went down to super middleweight after the Nathan Cleverly bout, won a European title, and now he come back up as a sort of routine defense for the IBO. It was for like the the IBO, and there was another belt on the line in the first fight as well. It was the IBO and WBA interim, that was it, and he beat Dominic Boesel for it. Dominic Boesel had a good run, beating, you know, other German fighters around that. So yeah, my prediction for tomorrow, yes, big up Gerald Washer. What's your prediction tomorrow for Wilder Fury, champ? My prediction, I'm going to be going through all the fights of predictions, but we're starting with the German one. I'm going to predict that Robin Krasniqi beats Dominic Boesel again. But I believe this time it will be probably, I'll go with a Krasniqi on points victory for this time. Yeah, this time the WBA interim is not on the line for this fight, because WBA are cleaning up their act. They're getting rid of a lot of these side man belts, so it's just the IBO title on the line for Robin Krasniqi versus Boesel 2, and I'm going with Robin Krasniqi on points. Another fighter I'm looking forward to on the card is Umut Kamakiran, 16-0, 15 knockouts, heavyweight, Turkish guy based in Germany. He's not fought anybody of note just yet, but I've seen a couple of clips of him and he looks pretty handy. He's fighting a guy, Dord Tomic, tomorrow night, who's 3-3. So yeah, not another guy who I expect him to blow out. But yeah, check him out if you're able to get onto the German station. and watch that, then yeah, big guy, yeah, heavyweight. Then we're gonna go over to, yeah, then we're gonna, but that is promoted by, that show's promoted, don't worry about that. But then we're gonna go over to the UK where I'm at and where I'm based. Going with Wilder. Okay. Yeah, going by how they looked on the scales, Wilder looked better. Fury seemed very twitchy, swearing like crazy. He was acting Conor McGregorish, like he'd done a bit of like taken some of that Peru's finest, but I don't know. So tomorrow in the UK, we're gonna go with so we're gonna go with the Liverpool card. Liam Smith versus Anthony Fowler, a Liverpool derby. This looks to be a very good fight. I've been looking forward to this. This show is actually going to be my actually I can't even decide. It's between this show and the Wilder show, because that undercard is very serious as well, but we'll get into that a bit later. We have, yeah, Liam Smith versus Anthony Fowler. We've got Ted Cheeseman versus Troy Williamson, Kieran Conway versus James Metcalf. We've got Shannon Courtney versus Jamie Mitchell. Shannon Courtney has lost her belt on the scale. She came in nearly 3 pounds overweight, 2 pounds 8 ounces. She swigged like the Lucozade before she even went in the back and tried to lose the weight, because you get 2 hours. John Graham, Fury round 9. All right, we're getting some early predictions going in. Jay Taylor, WBA interim on the line. Smith is another level when compared. Yeah, we've got Luke Willis versus Ryan Charlton, another good fight. Solomon Dakers versus Kamil Sokolowski. Sokolowski is the guy who you guys might know more recently, who got bumped on the Frank Warren card versus their young heavyweight. I forgot his name. The black guy. Forgot his name. The heavyweight, but they skanked him. The Polish guy who got skanked on the Frank Warren card versus that heavyweight. I forgot his name though. Hold on, let me get the reference, because it wasn't long ago. Versus David Adelaide. Yeah, versus David Adelaide. He got bumped. So that's a very good fight, because Solomon's only had 2 pro fights. Got Robbie Davis Jr. versus Johnny Phillips. So yeah, this is a very good show. Very good show. Now, when it comes to well, we'll start with Solomon Dakers versus Kamil Sokolowski. Very hard fight. It's a 50-50 fight, to be fair. I'm not even joking. Even Solomon knows this. He's even gone on record and said it. And big up Solomon. He's my guy. He's on there. This is a 50-50 fight, because Kamil Sokolowski, his record is 10-22-2, but he's a guy who's been robbed so many times, you know, but in a lot of his fights they won't get televised, or they are televised and they'll just rob him anyway, because he's not the house fighter. I expect Solomon, I'll say Solomon wins on points in a very close fight. He might only win it by 1 round. Well, how many rounds are they even doing? They're doing 8 rounds. I'll say Solomon wins by 1 round, 2 rounds. I'll say 2 rounds. He'll win by 2 rounds of points. Very close fight. I'll say Solomon Dakers. Fury Wilder tomorrow. Who you got? That's coming up, King Mo. I mean, we're coming to it. We're getting to it. We're getting to it, brother. Yeah, Solomon Dakers on points. I'll go with. I'm gonna go with Ryan Charlton to beat Luke Willis in an upset. Luke Willis is 10-0, Ryan Charlton 6-1-1. I'm going to go with Ryan Charlton to win that. Shannon Courtney versus Jamie Mitchell. I've never seen Jamie Mitchell fight, but I heard she was a good amateur. She's 6-0 with 2 draws. For Shannon Courtney, she needs to drop, as a few other people said, but I was one of the first who dropped it. She calls herself Babyface Assassin, but there's nothing babyfaced about her. She looks the same age as me, yeah, and I'm mid-30s, literally. So I'm 35. She looks around my age. She don't look her age. She don't look 28. She looks, yeah. If someone told me she was 36, I wouldn't go, oh wow, like, no. I don't really like her attitude, to be fair, anyway. So I'm not sure about that fight, but she can't win. She can't defend her title. She's lost the fight on the scales. So I hope Jamie Mitchell beats her. Yeah. Kieran Conway, James Metcalf. Yeah, another good fight. 50-50 fight in the trade. I'm gonna go with Kieran Conway. James Metcalf had a very hard fight against Ted Cheeseman last time. He did very well, but got badly knocked out in the end. I think Kieran Conway's a lot fresher, younger, so I expect him to win. Ted Cheeseman versus Troy Williamson for the British title. If Ted Cheeseman defends this, then he would have won it outright for the welterweight title, and no one would have no, sorry, this is for the super welterweight, light middle, sorry. A lot of people are pricking Troy Williamson to beat Ted Cheeseman, you know. It's a very tough fight, very 50-50 fight. I know Ted very well since he was a little kid, boxing down the Fisher. Jay Taylor, she's saying it's to do with women problems, body changes. Yeah, Shannon's saying it's to do with Mitch. But if Jamie Mitchell said that, would you have been buying it? Would the public be listening to that? If any, you know, no, you wouldn't. So let's keep the same energy. There's no excuses. Yeah, you knew what roughly time your cycle. You could have told Eddie put you on another date, another show. Yeah. No excuses. She didn't even when she got off the scales. She didn't even try and go in the back for 2 hours. She was swigging Lucozade, man. That's unprofessional, and it's uncouth. Yeah. So no, I'm not having it. But yeah, Ted Cheeseman, Troy Williamson. A lot of people picking Troy, you know, from what I've seen, and then quite a lot of people picking Ted. This is 50-50. My head says Troy. My head says Troy Williamson on this. My heart says Ted, because Ted, I've known him since he was a kid down the Fisher. But my head says Troy. So I'm going to go with Troy on points. This is going to be a very tough fight. Close quarters battle. Inside fighting. A lot of big shots. Both can dig a bit. So yeah. Liam Smith versus Anthony Fowler. Big Scouser fight. Liam Smith, if you watch the weigh-in today, Anthony Fowler, yeah, he looked like he was on some stuff. His eyes were bulging out of his head. He looked mad. It's weird because we looked drawn, but then he looked charged. He looked drawn, but then he looked charged, yeah. It was weird. And your eyes don't go like that from CBD. If anything, your eyes go like that, you know. It's meant to make your eyes a bit squintier from CBD, but no. Maybe he took some smelling salts because he was struggling with the weight, but he seemed very charged. His eyes were anyway, but he looked drawn at the weight. He looked bigger, like around the torso as well. So I expect Smith to beat him. Too experienced. I don't think the Smith brothers have never actually lost a Liverpool derby to another Scouser ever. You check the record, the resume of all the brothers, even down to Paul Smith. You check them: Paul Smith, Stephen Smith, Callum Smith, Liam Smith. None of them have lost to a fellow Scouser, and I don't think Liam is about to do that now. Their family name in Liverpool means a lot to them. It's very serious. So I expect Smith to beat Fowler convincingly, especially as Fowler looks very drawn at the weight. I don't know how he done the weight. I don't know if he done it well, but he's a big guy anyway. I remember he was fighting at 75 kilos as an amateur, and then he's come down to like middle, which is 71 kilos as a pro, and he was fighting at 75 even like as a 18-year-old, and he's like, what's he like, 31 now or 30? So yeah, man, he needs to go up to about 160 at least, which is like 73 kilos or something. But yeah, I expect Liam Smith to win that. Then we're gonna move on to, because Frank Warren, he kind of should have moved the date, you know, to be fair. He's kind of, but I know he's got the main event. He's got Fury, so you know we can allow him. But he's got a show in Birmingham tomorrow night with Brad Foster versus Jason Cunningham for the European, Commonwealth, and British super bantamweight title. Not really, you know, setting the house on fire. And no one ain't tuning into that main event over Liam Smith versus Anthony Fowler, so he's going to lose enough views come main event time. You've got Ikao Essuman defending his British and Commonwealth title versus Danny Ball. That's going to be a good fight. 15-0 versus 10-0-1. I expect Essuman to win that. We've got Liam Davis versus Dixon Flores. That'd be another blowover. Callum Johnson's in with Sever Emulayev. I expect him to knock him out. Yeah, there's other fights, but they're nothing fights. And then, yeah, then we're gonna get on to the main attraction, guys. The Fury Wilder. So now we're going into Fury Wilder. So we're gonna start with the undercard. That is yeah, we're gonna start with the undercard. So we've got Gerard Anderson, big baby Gerard. I've been watching him for a while now. He's one of my guys. He's got sick reflexes, mad moves. He's gonna be the future of the heavyweight in the next gen. For me, how old is he? He's only 21 years old. He's weighing 240 already. He's like, what? How tall is he? 6'4". Yeah, he's the one for me. 9-0, 9 knockouts. But he doesn't really look for knockouts like that. That's what I like about him. He's got moves, he's got skills. And he's been giving Fury the business in sparring. He's been brucking him up. So, yeah, he's fighting his first undefeated fight in Vladimir Tereshkin from Russia. Yeah, very good test. 22-0. Gerard Anderson 9-0. I expect Gerard Anderson to win that. Francis Belafi to be announced. I don't know. He lost his opponent. Julian The Rock Williams versus Vladimir Hernandez. I expect Julian Williams to win that. Probably points. We've got Edgar Berlanga, the monster, versus Marcelo Esteban Coceres. I don't know if you remember Marcelo Esteban Coceres. He was the one who fought Billy Joe that time, and he was winning. He was winning the whole fight, and then he got done like at the end on the last round, or like I think it was a 12 round. He got done in the 10th, but Billy was losing, and he had to find a shot out of like nowhere and turned it around. So this is a good fight. But yeah, Edgar Berlanga, big power. Last time he went points for the first time. Showed he's got stamina issues though, so I hope he's worked on that. Needs to take your time a bit more. Not everything needs to be power based. And then yeah, he should take out Marcelo. Probably he ain't getting no first round knockout. He'll probably take him out in about what, the 5th, 6th round. Then we've got no, I forget Ramirez versus Ruiz. It's a good fight, but I'll go with Ruiz. Orlando Gonzalez Ruiz will beat Robisi Ramirez. I've got that prediction. Now this is the one I like. Now we've got Efe Ajagba versus Frank Sanchez for the WBC Continental Americas and the WBO NABO heavyweight title. 15-0 versus 18-0. This is a serious fight. Who you guys picking for this, by the way? Frank Sanchez versus shout out Jody Richards. Efe Ajagba versus Frank Sanchez. This is literally skills versus power. Efe Ajagba's kind of got that Wilder, you know, height and power type of stuff going on. Frank Sanchez got the skills, but obviously he's not tall like Fury or nothing like that. So it's a different kind of set. Obviously he trains with Canelo. They're used to fighting big guys, tall guys. I'm gonna go with. I'm going to go with. Because Frank, he looked alright last time, but that guy just started diving. That Dominican guy, he just started doing a mad dive, so I couldn't even really get to see much of him. John Graham, you're saying FA's power will prevail, yeah? Put back batteries in the smoke alarm, man. Oh, don't watch that, guys. Yeah. FA Jabba vs Frank Sanchez. Who am I going with? Who am I going with? I'm gonna go with FA Jagba by knockout. He's gonna catch him, but he's gonna be on. But it's gonna be coming from behind. He's gonna be coming from behind. And he's gonna catch him. Yeah, I'm gonna go with FA Jagba. Robert Helenius versus Adam Krasniqi 2. Yeah, Robert Helenius won the first one by TKO. Adam Krasniqi looks to have dropped a lot of weight this time. He looked a lot lighter on the scales. Well, he looked slimmer. He's lost. He was 265.5 last time. He's no, hold on a minute. What am I talking about? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, he was 265. He was 265.5 last time. He's now 258. So he's dropped some weight, but he looks in a lot better shape, a lot better condition. I like Krasniqi. What do I think though? Do I think he can do it? I think he's gonna have to box smart, and I think Adam Krasniqi's gonna win on points. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with Krasniqi on points. Yeah, to beat Helenius in this rematch. But he's gonna box smart. But can he? Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have to box smart. He can't be just trying to trade like a madman. And then now we're on to the main event. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury was going off today. He was saying Tyson Fury is the name and fighting is the game, and there's no man born from his mother's CUNT that can beat him. He was just going off. He was using some mad profane language. If other boxers was using this, if Chris Eubank Jr. or Adrian Broner, you know, if them man were using this type of language, oh man, the public would be going crazy. You'd be having a scream up. You'd be asking for fines and board action. Oh yes, you would. If Wilder was talking like that, it's disgusting. But when Fury does it, people think, oh yeah, he's only having a laugh and, you know, it's all right. No, it's not all right. It's disgusting. You know, there was women on the stage. He was using some mad language. But let's get to the prediction. Both career heaviest. Wilder 17 stone. Tyson Fury 19 stone 11. So it's like 2 stone 11 pounds. Still nearly 3 stone weight difference. But this is the smallest deficit of weight between them fighting in all 3 fights. Fury seems very twitchy. He hasn't really been, you know, he's probably trained hard for what little time he was doing it, but for a lot of the time he wasn't very serious. He obviously had AJ on his mind. That fight got scrapped. You know, Wilder seems to have been really focused on this fight, taking this very seriously, like this is the be all and end all. A lot of people was just saying Fury's just gonna walk through him. I'm going to, you know, on paper you expect Fury to just deal with him, but I think Wilder has been probably working on not getting ragdolled and bullied around on the inside, like he has been for the first 2 fights. The first fight, was like Black History Month in America. This time it's in Black History Month in Britain. It's funny. But we're gonna go, oh man, because Fury does it, he's got the skills and all that. I just have a feeling that Wilder's gonna set him up correctly for the right hand, because he can't just come out and just throw the right hand or throw a simple 1-2. Fury's gonna see that all day. With Fury, you can't just throw one shot or two shots, because he's always gonna slip and slide and see that coming. How you have success against him is how John McDermott arguably beat him the first time round. You've got to use combinations. The same way how Otto Wallin was able to give him nightmares or win quite a few rounds is by getting, you've got to be inside and you've got to use combinations. And remember, Otto Wallin's a tall guy as well, so it's not a thing about, oh, you need to be short and get on the inside, because you got to get on the inside of Fury anyway, because he's taller than everybody. So you've got to get in there and throw combinations. You can't be looking for the one-hit wonder, and you can't be just looking for a 1-2, because he's too smart for that. So Wilder has to use combinations, but he's not really a combination guy like that, but he just has to throw maybe 3s and 4s a few more times, and use feints, jabs to the body, but don't lean over your front leg like I saw him doing in some videos. Otherwise he's going to get a chopping right hand over the top, and that will mash up his equilibrium. So, but I'm gonna go with a Deontay Wilder knockout victory. What round, I don't know. I'm not predicting rounds, but I'm just going with a Wilder victory by knockout. Yeah. So for the main stuff, I'm going with Krasniqi to beat Dominic Boesel, Liam Smith to beat Anthony Fowler. I'm going with Efe Ajagba to beat Frank Sanchez. I'm going with Troy Williamson to beat Ted Cheeseman. I'm going with Kieran Conway to beat James Metcalf. I hope Jamie Mitchell beats Shannon Courtney, even though I've never seen her fight. I'm going with Essuman to defend his British title. I'm going with a Callum Johnson victory. I'm going with what other fights is there? Yeah, that's the ones I can. Yeah, and I think that's it. So yeah, guys, if anyone wants to jump on quickly and get, hold on, let me read some of the comments. You read. Wilder needed to go up in weight, but never fighting at that weight before is worrying and will show. Well, Fury's the career heaviest too. Plus Deontay been out the ring since last fight. So has Fury though, Jay. Longest he's ever been inactive for. Ash Jones, you crazy. Oh, Ash Jones. Okay. Here we go.